Hello, friends and family. I'm in the process of taming this beautiful, beautiful creature here. He's actually not that pretty, but look at his colors though. He's bright green. I saw him. I saw his level, and I was like, this is mine. That's basically how that thought process worked. Do not judge me. Anyway, um, here is basically a base tour. Some of you have been asking, hey, I want to see your base. So I'm going to make a video. It's basically what's just going on. It's just a video where I show you my base. One of them. There are other bases. I'm just kind of hanging out waiting for this guy to tame. He's going pretty fast, so. Why are you so green? You're amazing. Soon you will be mine. Mwahaha. I'm taming, basically. So, um, in just a second, any second now, we'll go on a little adventure around the base. There's a story behind this base, actually. Here's where we are. Right. There is a good view. We'll name you Green Boy. There we go. Until further notice. So here's basically where we are, right here. We're on the Valguero map. Valguero? Valguero? Whatever. This is a good map. I like this map. I'm having a lot of fun on it. And there's a little finger lake. It kind of looks like a finger, and it's pointing right to me, basically. If you want to find this spot, this is a good way how. We're pretty close to the red obelisk. In good weather, you can actually see it from here. This is nice. All right, let me use this is the Soul Trap mod. I'm gonna go ahead and Pokeball you so that I can just carry you in my pocket. And then I'll let him sit out somewhere later. Okay, so there is a story behind this base and how I came to build the base here, and it's kind of funny. It's not like amazing or anything, but it's still pretty funny. Basically, what happened was I was exploring. I think our original first base that we'd ever made was on those little center islands in the middle of the lake there, up there just under 5040. It's kind of where that is. We were living there, and I was exploring because I wanted to, find a good base spot. And I found this area. I was like, oh, hey, cool, check out these ruins here. This is pretty neat. And then the worst happened. Okay, maybe not the worst, but pretty bad, actually. I got attacked. I don't even remember what attacked me. I think it was more than one thing, too. But the flyer that I was on was killed defending me, and it was very, very gallant, very noble sacrifice that the animal made for my behalf. um, I did not die. I survived, but I was stranded. So I was like, well, I guess I live here now. So I started building, and to get here, basically on foot, here you would go across this bridge and. Welcome to Crystal Springs. Let me put my map away so you can get a better look at it. We've got kind of a main building down here, and then a bunch of platform tree houses up at the top, and then there's like a plateau in the back, and I've got a construction going on back there. I'll show you everything in a minute. We'll just kind of go over everything and check it out. So first thing we see is not just the majesty of this whole entire base, but also the little mushroom village. There's a reason these are here. I was kind of checking it out. Not only are they freaking adorable right here, but let's be real. Everybody who has this mod has probably wanted to do this, and so of course I did this. But these little mushroom houses, you can actually go inside them, and it's not a lot of room, but you could do some stuff in here. You could do a little stuff. I put a light in here so you can see when it's dark. But what I'm thinking of doing is putting snails in here and putting dung beetles in here, and this will be where they live. They just crawl around and they don't escape. I haven't quite got around to doing that yet, but that's what I'm planning on doing. The dung beetles can basically process dinosaur poop into fertilizer, which I then use in case those of you who don't play Ark didn't know what the dung beetles are for. And the snails passively create something called achatina paste, and it's very useful in construction. So that's why I keep both of those items. Those animals is for those reasons. But the mushroom houses is where I'm thinking of making them live. Because I'm kind of busting at the seams here, so I'm like, well, how do I make this base look good while also not drown in too many dinosaurs? Well, that's how I'm thinking. Alright, so let's come around to, I guess, the front of the building, which kind of faces this little path. This is actually, like, I really just fell in love with this little path coming across into, and here's our way station. We used to have a sign, actually. It was right there until something ate it, apparently. It basically said, "Welcome to Crystal Springs. Everything's open. Just replace what you use." And there used to be another tribe on the server, so they would also use this base as well. And it was basically just this building until I got too big and then had to expand. And that's what those are. But for the sake of keeping this dinosaur safe, let me put her away. She can sit right here in the stable. Oh, her tail is too swishy. I have to scoosh her for it. Here we go. Alright. It's kind of stuffed in here. There's lots of things in here. This is what I mean when I'm a little overcrowded. There's just not enough space for the number of dinosaurs that I've got. Here's the snails. Here's Sheldon. Sheldon, for the longest time, was a wild snail that just lived in here, and I never got around to taming him for the longest time. But then he eventually did join the family. There's actually a sign still up regarding him. I'll show you that in a minute because it kind of cracked everybody up when they read it. But we've got a saber here. We have Gucci, the fabulous pink and white parasaur. We've got a horse named Fruit Stripes, and we've got Leprechaun here. And if I can get past these tails, that would be great. But we've got a red, white, and blue beaver. He's a giant beaver, and his name is Murica, and he's good at his job. And here's the Beatles. We got George, John, Ringo, and Paul. And here are the deer that they're just majestic creatures. We've got Prince of the Forest and his girlfriends, basically. Also, I have a little problem with terror birds. I don't know why they're facing the wrong direction. Celery, what are you doing? Anyway, we've got Birdie, Ducky, Danger Burb. We've got someone who doesn't have a name yet. I'll think of one later. Got Hotbox and Terror over here. We have a little terror bird problem. I think they're just funny. And we got a couple more. We've got Mr. Grinch. He's actually green. You can't see it too well in this light. But yeah, here's the sign that I mentioned earlier. We have instructions to please set your dinos to passive so that, you know, if multiple tribes have their dinosaurs in here and they're not passive, then that could lead to something bad if something happened, you know? You don't want that. So let's be safe and keep your dinos on passive while you're in here. But then there was also, please don't bother the wild snail. He lives here and pays rent. I really should update this sign, but that's just so funny. He pays rent. He lives here. Don't bother him. And in there is to the main building, but I want to go outside, and I want to go in through the main door, because I think it just looks cooler to go through the main building. Get some light outside. So here's what it looked like. This is the ruins. I actually built it into the ruins because I freaking love doing that. Okay, like don't hate me. I think it makes the building look really, really cool. Um, but this is the ruin that I was investigating when my burb died, so I guess I live here now, and I built this, and this is what we have now. So let's go in. And we're greeted first thing by Newt. Hello, Newt. And Pengus Khan. Hello. And Good Boy. Everybody must pet Good Boy because he is a good boy. And here's Pingiana Jones guarding an artifact. Alright, so right here basically is the storage nook. Supplies like stone, wood, thatch, fiber, and hide and things. Uh, each material has its own box basically. So if you're ever curious, like, hey, what should I contribute to this fine establishment? And you just come on over here, be like, hey, let's check this out, flint. Okay, we got a bunch of flint. We could check in here, see maybe we could probably use a little more metal. We could, no, we definitely good on keratin and chitin here. But let's we could check in here and be like, oh yeah, we got plenty of wood. If you're low on anything, then it's pretty evident. So that's basically how this base works. Is you can check in here, see what you need, replenish it, and everyone's free to use whatever facilities are in here. It is very bright. Let me turn off my lantern. There we go. It's a little more tolerable in here. But back here is the kitchen. This is where we concoct our diabolical confectionaries. I don't even know why they're diabolical. They're just cause we're doing it. Whatever. So here's our kitchen. We do our kibble. We do our cooked meat. We do whatever we need basically. If it needs to be cooked, you can pretty much make it in this kitchen basically. This is the kibble kitchen. I should put up a sign. Put up a sign with a little wall up there, stick a sign that says Kibble Kitchen, open for business. Here's our small workshop. Most of the things that get crafted here is ammo for taming and things like that. This grindstone here it basically acts like the mortar and pestle for those who actually do play Ark, but it's like on steroids. This is part of a mod, and I love it. We've got a couple storage options back here, and this is where we keep spare armor, spare weapons, spare tools, free for whoever to use. Please don't raid us. It's free. You don't have to break it. And if anybody wanted to donate anything, they could put things here in this box and be like, look, here's a tribute to the cause. Yay! This is the door that leads to the stable. It's pretty neat. And then over here we have a wizard tower. So let's go in through this hallway. You can see the stream and the beer. Oh, most of these don't actually have anything in them. They're just here for looks. But eventually I'm thinking we're gonna have like a lot of these brewing stuff. There is a use for them. Some animals want beer as the object that they eat for when you're taming them. And then I think the gardener, which is upstairs, also she's powered by beer, and we've got a little bit of that in here already. So we're good. So let's scamper upstairs. You might see the little repair icon pop up. That means something has been chewing on my house, and I have to come back through and fix it. I'll do that later, not now. But up here is where the wizard lives. His name is Merlin, and he does not do magic. He's not a real wizard. That's why he's here and not at Hogwarts. See how glum he is? He's still waiting for his letter. I'm such a dork. Anyway, so here's our fabricator. This is basically the main purpose for this building, is I needed a space big enough for the fabricator, so I built the wizard tower, and this is where we keep all the rad suits and everything. And upstairs is where we have the apiary. I need to put more flowers in them to run and generate honey. But that's really what this building is right here. This tower. You can look out. You can shoot through the windows. If something's biting the base, you can come over here and do that. But let's go back downstairs, and then we can go back to the main building, and I can show you what is upstairs. It's amazing, guys. No, it's not actually. It's just a dormitory. Here we go. Here's the dormitory. This is we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 respawns. So dying repeatedly, not a problem. We got you. We got you. Most everybody in our tribe has claimed a bed, and each bed has a little box for fast traveling. If you gotta go somewhere really fast and be right back kind of thing, then you can stash your stuff in here and be like, hey, hold my gear while I fast travel, and then you can go to one of these many fast travel points that we have erected across the world, and then your stuff won't, go away. Your stuff is safe, because when you fast travel, for those who don't play Ark, you lose all your stuff basically. You don't get to take anything with you when you fast travel, so it's important to put it in a safe location for when you have to teleport around, which is fine, and I agree with this system. So we've got a few small boys up here. We've got Scrap, who's wearing the little safari hat. We've got oh, sorry, this is Scrap right here, our little compy. Smudge is the one wearing the safari hat, and this one we named Smurfette. And this one is the professor. He is very smart, and he knows many things. And so basically that's the function of this room, is a dormitory and memes. And over here is where we have our employees. We've got the farmer. He makes sure that there's fertilizer in the crops, and she harvests the crops when they're ready. And that all happens in here. There's our garden. And originally, when the base was just this one building, then this garden was fine. But then we expanded, and we got more dinosaurs, and we needed more garden, basically. So we turned this. It was a balcony, but then I was like, well, I need more gardens. So now it's a garden. And also, I can come out here and peep at who is biting my house, basically. Because every day somebody's biting my house. That's the bad part about living in the redwoods, is somebody's always going to be biting on your house. Yeah, so we got a garden in here, and there is also roof access. I'll come back to that in a minute. I want to show you one more thing. And over here is the aviary, or it was the aviary. Now it's more like a little parking garage for where your flyers are. We needed a spot that would keep the flyers out of line of sight of the biters that were just wandering around outside. So, sorry, I got all quiet because I thought I heard a bitey thing out there. But I think we're fine. Basically, if the bitey thing sees your burb, they're going to want to eat your burb, and in essence will then also bite your house while trying to bite your burb. So we made this little covered garage tunnel so that we could fly the burbs in here and park them, and then they're out of sight, out of mind, basically. But if you really wanted to, you could come out here and peep at whoever is looking around in the darkness. Gosh, it's dark out here. So I'm gonna head back inside and turn off my lantern, because now I'm inside. There's glass in this window. Yes. Design-wise. I did that. I'm proud. Alright, so then we can come up here, climb on this ladder, and then we'll be on top of the base. this is generally where things spot you most of the time. If that's the main problem again is things seeing you while you're walking around, and then they want to try and eat you. But if you're out of reach, then they'll be biting your house. Um, Most things can't break stone here, so that's fine. But fun note: these railings down here, they didn't used to be here until today, because I learned that that roof right there, being so close to that hill right there, allows Carnotaurus to walk up on my roof and start eating my house um, from the top. And that was quite a revelation to discover last night. So yeah, I had to put a stop to that. So we put a little safety gate there to keep them off the roof. That is not where Carnos go, and I did not appreciate that. That is why the roof needs repair, because there were Carnos on the roof. They were biting my house. Anyway, this is where we keep the generator. Made a little house for the generator. I like to hide my generators. Some people just plop them everywhere. Me, I'm just like, no, we're going to tuck this stuff away. Make like a little utility room. And then right here, these are like, if I had fuel in them right then we could turn them on and it would create extra light. This is part of mods. There's like a searchlight, and then there's like a beacon light over there, and it adds extra light. But we don't need to turn those on today. But let's go on up to the main nursery platform, and we'll take a look in here. It's a little balcony here, with which you can reach the second floor of the nursery platform. I'll show you that in a second. But basically, here's the nursery platform. Got a little lantern. It's kind of a mess. It was more orderly, and then, yeah, things just usually descend into chaos whenever I'm up here working. So this is another reason why I'm kind of trying to expand the base, is because this is a hot mess and it needs to get cleaned up. So we've got kind of like a little hatchery center for hatching eggs and things like that. We've got a nanny. She will feed my babies as they're growing, and thus prevent them from dying. Makes it easier for me. And then there's we've got this facility right here, Child Protection Services. If any animal has a live baby or anything hatches and I don't know about it, this guy right here will pick them up. This is also part of a mod. That's pretty cool. I like it. So yeah, that dire bear is out of line. He needs to go somewhere else. But yeah, so we've got a bunch of Deinonychus over here. These are the breeding bunch. These guys right here, a set of 4. We've got some fun colored raptors. We've got a couple unicorns. This is Princess Dapplebottom. There she is. She is gorgeous. Princess Dapplebottom. Alright, so, get my lantern back. Here we go. Who else have we got in here? We've got Paddington the bear, and we've got Bernstein. We've also got Velonica, we've got Spinner, and this one hasn't got a name yet. But we've got Brunelleschi and Mercedes over here hanging out. Good names for beavers, I think. Who else is in here? Oh, we've got Magneto. He's purple and red. We've got some Ravagers here. They are useful with the big feet here. George of the Jungle and Yowie. Yowie is actually our friend Delta's. She's here. She's also from Australia. That's why its name is Yowie. Let's see. We've got, yeah, these guys. They're useful for using the zip lines that we've put up. I won't be needing them because I've got this thing around my pants that I can actually just zip on the zip lines myself without aid, which is nice. So this is the nursery basically. We've got extra dinosaurs in here. We've got our item collector, things like that. Um, Pretty good operation going. So let's go upstairs really quick, and then we'll take a look at the other platforms. If I can climb up, that's cool. So up here is where I've been keeping the little guys. We can basically see all around, 360 degrees view. It's very pretty. It's kind of nighttime right now though, so not a lot to look at. But when the sun comes up, then we can take a better look at the base. Anyway, so we got these little guys here, and that's basically what I've been using this top bit for is just the little guys. If I decide I want to change it, I can easily do that by modifying the walls. Maybe put a bigger gate in or something. That maybe that'll help. But mostly it's just for the glow pets. These are the ones that I'm breeding right now. And we've got some sheep. Oh, I named this one. His name is Wigglesworth. Mr. Wigglesworth. And here's our snail. He's white, and his name is Elmer, and he makes glue. You're welcome. Anyway, so we've got more little shine horns. These guys are really adorable. What you can do is tell them to, and they light up. And they do actually create quite a bit of light. Take a break. But yeah, basically, we've got these guys here. I have apparently a habit of naming things after food, and these guys are the worst when it comes to that. We've got hamburger over there. We've got ravioli, roast beef, casserole. This one's cheese. Somewhere we've got pot roast. In some other base, I think someone's borrowing pot roast. He'll be back eventually, I hope. But in here, in these little buildings, these feather lights in here, they also light up. They fly. They're adorable. I freaking love them. They're my favorite thing in the whole game, I think. But they are being punished. They keep escaping. No, I'm actually mostly joking. What I discovered is that the feather lights can actually escape through the railings. They can fit through there. In case you play Ark and you didn't know that, the feather lights can fit through there. And I learned this the hard way. I don't want to talk about it anymore. That's why they're in these little metal rooms here, because I want to be able to see them, so I put them in glass, but they need to be contained because they are just out of control and they need to be contained. But here they are. This one's turning into like the ladies' quarters. And that one over there is, I guess, where I've been putting the boys. I don't know why I segregated them. It doesn't actually matter, but I ended up doing that. But, yeah, so that's basically what I've done up here. Oh, here's our Ichthyornis. He's cool. Sorry, ma'am, I didn't mean to assume your gender. That was mean. But, yeah, she's the one that actually goes and catches me a lot of my fishes. She's really useful. Definitely recommend getting an Ichthyornis. That's basically it for up here. So let's head back down, and then we can go check out what's on the other platforms. And there. It's the only bad part about that spot up there is that it's tricky to get down. I could just, drop off the edge, but I always tend to overshoot it. And if you overshoot it, basically what happens is do not pass go, do not collect $200, go directly down. And it hurts. Don't do that. So, sun's coming up. That's awesome. It means you can see more of the base. We come over here. And we'll check out this one first, because there's not that much up here. And we'll go look at the other ones. But basically, here it is. This is where we keep our forge, because this is the spot that it'll fit. And raisins, yeah, come at me. Don't come for me, please. Don't. But anyway, so our mammoth is up here and our megatherium is up here because they are too big for the other platform, and I have not yet secured the plateau. There's still a lot of wild stuff running around over there, and I just don't want to mess with stuff fighting all the time. So um, they're up here where they're safe. They're fine. They could probably actually handle most of the things, but wouldn't it just be my luck that an alpha spawns or something? And yeah, yeah, now they're all eaten. Now they're all dead. It's not fun. All right, but anyway, we'll go down there after a little bit. Let's call the elevator back up for later. Oh, call it properly. Here we go. Here it comes. All right, it'll be waiting for us when we come back. All right, so let's go over here. We have another little one of these little areas. Um, these turned out a lot better than I thought they would. I made these little landing pads for the zip lines for when we want to go and zip around. Whee! Anyway, so here's our wyvern platform. Basically, up here at the top is where I have been raising the very, very big things that just will not fit in the nursery platform. So they come over here and they get raised by this nanny who will keep them alive. And this Daeodon will also assist by healing them so that they don't die even if they are hungry. That's great. I love them. Anyway, here's Marahoot. Here's our griffin. And lots of space up here. We've got our rock drakes. We had an extension mod for this map, for the Valguero map, that added in a lot of the dinosaurs that people wanted to have, including the rock drakes. But the problem was that it kept making our server crash, and eventually our amazing server mod, server admin rather, Hexodus decided, you know what, we're just not going to deal with it, and we're going to just uninstall the extension until it gets, I guess, more stabilized or whatever. And ever since that happened, the crashes have stopped. So it's great. It's great. We're not crashing anymore. But that means that the rock drakes aren't spawning anymore, and none of the other extension mod dinosaurs are spawning anymore. But the ones that we do have, because we already tamed them, we still have them, but now they're endangered, basically. So these guys, while they're awesome, I can't replace them. So they kind of stay up here, except when I want to go on like a low danger mission, because I will be absolutely depressed and sad and just generally unhappy if I were to lose one of my rock drakes. I love them so much. But here's our tapejara, tape jar. Here is the choppa. If we need to go somewhere fast, then we all get to the choppa, basically. That's what this guy's for. And here's our Quetzal. His name's Bumblebee, and he's pretty cool too. But that's basically it for the top here. We can go back down through this little hole here. There we go. And here's our snow owls. We've got a couple of these on these little shelves in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 7 in here. That's fine. When we get a gacha kind of set up, then we'll arrange them accordingly, because gachas and snow owls are BFF. But generally, the main purpose for this floor is the wyverns. We've got Abilok here. He's kind of purple. I like him. He's probably my favorite one. Right here is Banefell. Banefell is favorite boy. I do play favorites. Banefell's my favorite. Nobody's allowed to ride Banefell but me, because Banefell is my best boy, basically. So he's so pretty. Anyway, but these other ones, they are also gorgeous. We've got Odaving here. Odaving has the biggest bite, I think. Banefell's pretty darn strong. But Odaving bites really hard. So if I need something to die, if I just need it to die, then we're bringing Odoving. Here's Azula. She's one of the very few fire wyverns that we have. I think she's currently the highest level wyvern on the server, not including levels. Like, she's the highest level hatched out wyvern on the server so far. So I'm pretty proud of her. I don't want to lose her either, so I kind of keep her safe here. Oreo is, I guess, our main jack of all trades, whatever we need to get done. Oreo is our basic go-to wyvern for, hey, I need to get to this place for an adventure, and I also need to be prepared to carry a whole bunch of stuff, and I also need to be prepared to kill stuff if it comes to kill me first. We bring Oreo. And then here's Soloknir here. He's nice and even more purpley than anybody else. He has the most purple. Just kidding. It's most kind of purple and white. We got purple and blue. Anyway, I like wyverns. I think everybody likes wyverns. So this is the Dargon platform. The Dargons live here. This is basically the point of this platform, is the Dargons. So we hop back on the circuit and we zip line back on over. And yeah, let's take a little stroll around the plateau. Actually, Veronica, I choose you. You can come with me. Unhitch. Come on. Yeah, let's go. Just in case there's something over there I need to kill, we can do that. Look at that bright yellow. Dang, that is a yellow dinosaur. That is definitely yellow. Are we blind yet? I think I might be blind. I can't see. Oh, we got a pink bear over here. We got all kinds of fun stuff spawning over here. And we have a majestic deer. 40 level. All right. So anyway, basically what my plan is this whole platform, I'm gonna annex it. At least that's the plan. The biggest problem that I'm facing with this is, how do I effectively wall this out from the outside world, keep things from spawning in, without putting a whole bunch of building crap over here. I'm already building this facility right here. This is going to be mainly for breeding large dinos and large amounts of other dinos, is what this is going to be. This is basically breeding central, so that I can kind of get some more space in the rest of my base. I'm going to move things out here, basically. The big stuff can just hang out in the yard, that kind of thing. That's the general gist of what I'm thinking that I want to do over here, is just expand and create a breeding facility here. So this isn't done, obviously. I've only just started. I've kind of just figured out what I want to do. I started by putting up that platform, and then I'm like, hey, you know what? I kind of want the platform to be the roof. Let me put the walls down from the platform. That turned out to be a lot trickier. It's possible, but it's more tricky than it looks. So what I've done is I made this little wall down here so I can line up the foundations properly, and I just laid a big ring of foundations all the way around to match the border of the platform up there. And then I can build my walls around there and have all this space in here to raise a whole bunch of babies. I could even put multiple floors in here. I can make this one big giant breeding operation and have a whole bunch of boss-killing Deinonychus. Oh yeah. Maybe have some more wyvern parking up at the top, because let's be real, I'm probably going to get more wyverns. And they're probably going to be gorgeous. So another fun thing about this base is, if I am here, or if my buddy Delta is here and we're hatching dinosaurs here in this area, we seem to have a lot of twins. So generally, whenever we're gonna make any babies come out of anything, we generally bring them here, because the trend seems to be that whenever we're here and we bring out some babies, we get multiples, and everybody likes multiples. Yay! Anyway, so that's basically the base. That's basically the base, and I never even used the elevator. We can use it now. Call the elevator. Gotta call it twice. The first click is to stop it from moving up, and the second click is to call it down. And we come on here, and up we go. Ta-da! And Veronica can chill out up here. She's fine. But yeah, that's basically the base. We got a lovely, lovely view everywhere we go. We have a big crystal wall behind the base. That's where the base got its name, Crystal Springs. And it's a lovely spot. It's got a lot of resources around. It's got a lot of opportunities to build, lots of space, lots of different levels to go on. But yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun building here. I'm having a lot of fun on the map, and I hope you had a lot of fun touring around my base. This is not the only base I have, so if you enjoyed this, then maybe I'll make another one. We can go check out another base. This isn't even the most beautiful one that I've built. That one is on Aberration. So maybe that's the one I go to next. Then you can go see the lovely courtyard castle on Aberration. I think that one might even be the biggest. No, I think this one's the biggest. This is probably the biggest base, and also the most useful, and also now it's been a lot safer, but this is not the safest biome to build in, so maybe not for low-level survivors, but definitely one of the more fun ones that I've been building. So 10 out of 10, would build again, and yeah, so I definitely hope you enjoyed the video. So at least I didn't just do this all for nothing and make an idiot of myself talking alone in my room. So you have a lovely evening, and hopefully I'll get to talk to you guys at some time later. Bye!